Hello everyone. So just looking at Mondays and Tuesdays mental maths, today's and yesterday's. Now there's quite a few tricky ones. So if we look at Monday first, question 3, it says if you enlarge this line by 4:1, the new line will equal. So all you need to do there is get your ruler out, measure the length of the line in the book, and then multiply it by 4. Make it 4 times bigger. Now I haven't got the book so I can't measure, but to me it looks about 1 centimeter. So your answer will be 1 centimeter times 4 is 4 centimeters. So 1 times 4 equals 4 centimeters. That's presuming the line is 1 centimeter. Now question 15, another cube question. A cube has 6 3 by 3 centimeter faces. What is its surface area? So again, get the area of one face. So 3 by 3 is 9. And then remember, a cube has 6 of those. So 9 sixes are 54 centimeters squared. Okay, on to question 16, the area of a house and a garden again. So they tell us the area of the house is 70, which makes sense. 7 times 10 is 70. They want to know the area of the garden. So this is the green area, which I haven't coloured here, but this area here. Okay, so again, we've an irregular shape, so we need to make 2 regular shapes. So actually, no, we're going to do it a different way today. I'm going to find the area of the full rectangle. So I'm going to do 30 times 14. That's 0, 12, carrier 0, 0, 3. That's 420 meters is the fair area of the full rectangle, and then we just take out our 70. So it's 420 minus 70. Probably the easiest way to do it, which would be 350. Now you could do what I was initially saying and split it into 2 regular shapes and add those together, but you'd get the exact same answer. Okay, now for question 17, again it asks us the perimeter, okay, of the garden. It says the perimeter of the house is 34, which makes sense because we have 7 and 10 and 7 and 10, which is 34. But they want the perimeter of the garden. Now we're towards the end of 6th class again, so I'll show you another shortcut. Alright, we could do what I always say and add up all the sides. But what you can simply do here is you can move this 10 over to here because that's the same. You can move this 7 down to here because that's the same. Yeah, and that will be 7 as well then. And yeah, all you need to do is add 30 and 14 times 2. So 30 and 14, that's going to be 30, that's going to be 14 like we've shown there. So forget what I said first. It's going to be 30 plus 14 plus 30 plus 14, which is going to be 30 and 30 is 60 plus 14 and 14 is going to be 88. Okay, so it'll be 88 centimeters the perimeter of the garden. You could do what I was saying initially, add up all the sides, but you need to make sure you have the length on each side. Or you could do what I just said at the end. Okay, presume, because this is going to go to there, this is going to go to there, so it's just going to be a normal rectangle we need to find the perimeter of. So it's 30 plus 14, 30 plus 14. Okay, now question 18 is quite a different one. We haven't really seen these ones before. Just one sec, I'll get the book back up again. It says 0.6 euro is equal to 1 Canadian dollar. And then it says, well, how many euro would you get for 20 Canadian dollars? So if we go from 1 Canadian dollar to 20 Canadian dollars, we've multiplied by 20. So we must do the exact same thing to the euro, multiply it by 20. So it's going to be 0.6 times 20. Okay, so you can put 20 on top times 0.6, 12, which is going to be 12 euro. And you can use your calculators for ones like those, currency ones like those. That makes sense again? Now we have another one of those on Tuesday, so you'll get a chance to see another one in a moment. Okay, now as we move on to Tuesday, question 13 on Tuesday, it says a shape has 6 4 by 2 centimeters by 4 centimeter faces. Okay, so again, you need to find the area of one face. 4 by 2 is 8, and the 6 of those, so 8 sixes are 48 centimeters squared. Simple as that. Okay, question 14. What another cube one? What is the surface area of the cube? And they give us kind of a picture of the net of a cube, but all you need again when you're getting the surface area of the cube is to find the area of one face. And that's going to be 3 by 3, which is 9, and then 9 sixes are 54 centimeters squared. Okay. Now, if we look at question 15, probably one of the trickier ones that people have found today, and this is a typical secondary school type of algebra one. Okay, and once you get them, next year you'll find them really, really easy. It might be a little bit tricky this year, but next year you'll fly at them. So, I always think it's like a weighing scales. The left side of the equation needs to be equal to the right side of the equation. So the left side of the equation is 80,000. So we need to make all this equals to 80,000. So it's 8 times something should give us 80,000. So 8 times, well, that's going to be 10,000, isn't it? So whatever we have here must equal to 10,000. So 10 multiplied by what gives us 10,000? Okay, yeah, that's right. 10 multiplied by 1,000 gives us 10,000. So our y is going to be simply 1,000. That's y. Okay. Now you'll learn easier ways to do that next year, but I'm just trying to explain it this way for now. But you'll fly at those next year. Nothing to worry about. Just try and get the gist of them now. Okay, and as we go on to question 16, guys, we have a subtraction fraction one, okay? And what we always say when we're adding or subtracting fractions, we must have a common denominator. And yes, we have a common denominator in this one, but we have a little bit of a problem here in that this fraction is bigger than this one. So what do we do when that happens? Yeah, okay, there's two things we can do. We could change this to an improper fraction, which would be 6 times 4, 24 plus 1 is 25 over 4 minus 3 over 4, which will give us 22 over 4, which is the same as 5 2/4, or you could say 5 1/2 to simplify. Or what you could also do, remember the way I like to do it is, I take one whole unit from there, make that a 5, and then I add the 4 and the 1 here, and that becomes 5 5 over 4. So 5 5 over 4 minus 5 3 over 4 will leave us with 5 2 over 4, or 5 1/2. So either way you can do it, both ways will get you the correct answer. Is that okay? Again, get in touch if there's any problems with those. Now question 17, similar to the one we did on Monday again. So this time we have €6 is equal to 10 Australian dollars. That's my best Australian accent. Now, we want to know how many euro you'd get for 50 Australian dollars. So we need to go from 10 Aussie dollars to 50 Australian dollars. So we multiply it by 5. Okay, but you must do the exact same thing to the euro. €6 multiplied by 5 will give us €30. So €30 is equal to 50 Australian dollars. Next one, question 18. Now, again, we have 1.07 meters. Forget about the 0.7 or the 0.07 for a second. How many centimeters are in 1 meter? Yeah, 100 centimeters. And then we just need to add on our 7 centimeters as well. So we'll have 107 centimeters. Simple as that. Simple as that. Hope that makes sense. Get in touch if any of those are still tricky. Slán.